Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of AM Minnesota. I've got some students in studio from Faribault High School. They are performing this week the romantic comedy entitled Almost Maine. And we're going to get all the details from Eli Simon, Faith Jameson, Wyatt Thompson. They are in studio today. I'll grab my book here just a sec. Wanted to plug some upcoming shows. Tomorrow, Jerry hosts the show. Wednesday, we'll talk to folks from the Faribault Chamber. Thursday, Julie Fox, Laura McCauley, who are in charge of the Community Thanksgiving Day Dinner, will be with us. Yeah, that's just a week from this Thursday. It's hard to believe Thanksgiving is already around the corner. And we'll talk to some folks in the District 1 Hospital Auxiliary about a sale, too. On Fridays, AM Minnesota program. So without further ado, let's get to know our guests this morning. First of all, Eli, how you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So who do you play in Almost Maine?
I play the character Steve.
Steve is?
He's Marvelin's partner in the scene. He is kind of a boxed up character. He has something called congenital analgesia, which means he can't feel pain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
You mean like physical pain?
Yep, physical pain. Yep, so if he gets hit or cut, he can't feel it.
How can I get this? Well, wouldn't that be a good thing to have? Not feeling pain, wouldn't that be a good thing?
Well, I don't know, because then if you do get hurt too bad, you don't really realize it because you can't feel it. So if he does get hurt severely, he doesn't realize it because he can't feel it.
Oh, okay. I would think not feeling pain would be a good thing, but what do I know? So how old is this guy that you're playing?
We don't really know exactly how old he is. About 20s or so.
Okay.
We think.
Not much older than you.
Right. Yep.
Faith, tell me about your character.
I play Marvelin, so I'm partnered with Steve, so Eli is my scene partner. And she's just kind of your average everyday gal doing her laundry when she meets Steve. So she's pretty cool.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So how did you develop your character?
We did do a lot of character development and practicing looking at words to describe how our character feels, so that way we could interpret it, finding ways to connect with our character, and doing a lot of character building, and I really liked that, and I'm really glad I got to do that, and then it helped us connect with our scene partners also.
So the playbook comes out. Do they have in there the characters and how they're supposed to be, or how old they're supposed to be, or what kind of people they're supposed to be?
Yeah, there is. The script is very descriptive on what you want to do and what the director or the person who wrote it imagined, so that was really nice and helpful.
Okay. And sitting to Faith's right is Wyatt Thompson. Wyatt and I have spoken before.
Yes, we have.
You were out at Faribault Interiors one Saturday.
Yes, I was.
I was so appreciative that you guys came out and talked about Almost Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Almost felt like I was in Maine.
Well, I mean, besides all the rugs, yeah, I'd say so.
So tell me about your character, if you would, please.
So I have two characters. I am Wendell in my first scene in Act 1, and then I am Dave in my second scene in Act 2.
So you gotta remember who you are when you're that person.
Right. Overall, it's not too difficult. You have two different partners that help you separate your lines. It's just a matter of knowing your lines before you go out on stage.
Are they completely different people, though? I mean, by character, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they both have similar interests in a sense, but yes, overall they're two different characters.
That would be the hard part. But see, this guy's supposed to be this way, and this guy's supposed to be that way.
Mm-hmm. It's a mindset you have to get yourself into before you go out on stage.
All right. We're going to talk more about Almost Maine, which is the fall play. Performances are later this week, and we'll give the details about how you can get tickets and everything else when AM Minnesota continues. Northland Buildings for quality post-frame construction. Check them out on their website, northlandbuildings.com. AM Minnesota, we continue our discussion with some students that are involved in the fall play at Faribault High School. This is the fall play, right?
Yes.
Even though it's not really feeling much like fall right now.
No, it's so cold out.
Yeah, it is cold. Anyway, the fall play is Almost Maine. Students in studio, sophomores Eli Simon and Faith Jameson, and senior Wyatt Thompson. Yeah, he's the old guy in the bunch. He's with us this morning, along with those folks talking about the Faribault High School Theater and their play Almost Maine. So, who wants to tell me when this is Thursday, right, that you open?
Yes.
Yes, it's Thursday at 7:30 p.m. and that goes for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and the 19th, Sunday at 2.
Yeah, there's a matinee at 2 o'clock on Sunday.
Yes, there is. And as far as ticket goes, general seating is $7. Adults 4, students 5, and oh, my bad, I said that wrong. For general seating, it's $7 for adults, $4 for students, and $5 for seniors and college students.
Oh, okay. So little kids, same price as other kids.
Yep.
Would you recommend this play for little kids?
Probably not.
No, they might get a little bit bored in it.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Except I've been told now that you guys are slapstick people here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They
our,
might
our
get
scene they
into
might
that.
like.
They might get into that. But one scene,
Yes.
how many scenes?
What is it, 9? 10?
Yes, there's about 9 scenes.
Yeah.
9 scenes.
Yep.
So you have a lot of set changes?
There's usually maybe 2 or 3 big set changes. Otherwise, it's usually repurposing a lot of the same set.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just kind of roll them around.
So Eli, I'm going to guess, this is a guess on my part, that in your theater class, all of you participate in every phase of theater at one time or another, right? You help build the set.
Yes, yes.
You're involved in lighting.
Yep.
You're involved in sound.
Yep.
You get every aspect of theater.
Yeah, so we all help, all the actors, we usually come in at least 2 or 3 times to come and help paint, set up the set. We don't do a whole lot of lighting and sound, that we leave that more to the tech. We just don't have time for that as actors. And then after the Sunday performance, we also have something that's called strike, and so all the actors have to stay and take down the set, put everything away, make sure everything's cleaned up.
But you're an actor in this play. The next play you may
Yes.
be
Yep,
the
it
lighting
just depends
person.
on whether or not you get casted in the show. And
Sure.
if you don't get casted, then yeah, tech is always an option.
How many plays have you been in?
I was in all 3 last year, so this will be my 4th play.
Wow. Can you remember all 3 of the plays?
I can remember the names of them. Last year we had Suicification of Romeo and Juliet. Wow, tongue twister. What was it? Folktales for Fun was the children's theater last year, and then Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat was the musical.
How'd that go?
The musical?
Yeah.
It went really well. Yeah. Yeah, it was probably our best performance last year, I'd say.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How about
last
you,
year.
young lady?
Oh man, I'm quite a veteran to the theater community. I've been doing theater, I think, since 5th grade. I actually started mainly doing Paradise shows at the Paradise Community Theater, and doing theater camps. And then I did my first high school show was children's theater, which was Folktales for Fun at the high school.
Which do you prefer?
I love them both. It's a very different community at each one. Where at the Faribault High School, it's with your teachers. You know, we have Mr. Johnson, who's amazing to work with, and then other students who you see at school. And at Paradise, it's, you know, different people from the community, and you get people from all over, Northfield, Owatonna, all over, coming to do those shows.
You're going to be a politician, aren't you?
I don't know.
You notice how she just wasn't going to single one out. All inclusive. I like that. She did that very well, don't you think, Wyatt?
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yeah, that was very impressive. I was impressed. So Wyatt, you're a veteran of the theater, obviously. You're a senior.
At least of public theater. I haven't had an extensive career as Faith has. I did all of the plays and musicals I could in middle school until I was up to about 6, and then kind of bounced around during high school. I didn't really was as committed until the last couple of years. So probably maybe 11 to 12 productions I've been in as far as public high school theater, public schooling goes.
Mm-hmm. How's this play rank up to the others you've been in?
It's probably one of my more favorites.
Because you get to play 2 characters?
No, not necessarily. I'm not too big of a fan of a lot of lines. I just like the way that this play is going. See, I don't mind getting a lot of lines. I can do it. It's just I like being able to be a different character. That's what I like about it.
So with 9 scenes, without giving away the whole thing, these are 9 scenes of 9 different couples?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And this is a romantic comedy, so every scene is funny?
Yes. Well,
Well,
No.
there's a
No.
few scenes that are very, very serious.
It all is every scene is different in a different way, and some of them are funny, some of them not so much. It's showing. It's like life. You don't know what you're gonna get, and
It's very
It's
realistic.
like a box
Yeah.
of chocolates.
yes.
the playwright tried to put some bit of comedy in every scene to keep it somewhat lighthearted, but there are specific scenes where he purposely went a little bit more serious.
Sure. Who wrote this?
What's his name?
John Cariani. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
He won't know the difference. I don't think he's listening to this. Was this written by a guy out east? You think?
I don't know.
We don't really know much about the guy who wrote it, but he did in the script. He even went out of his way to make a map to show like where Almost Maine would be compared to other places. So he was very specific on where Almost Maine was and
Yes.
what type of place it was and what the people were like.
He has latitude and longitude on it. I mean, he's very detailed playwright.
So where is Almost Maine?
It
Northern
is
Maine.
the northernmost part of Maine
Mhm.
that never got organized.
Yeah, that's why they call it Almost Maine, because it's almost a town.
Mhm.
Very rural?
Yes. Yes.
So we can kind of relate to it here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
I mean, we may be more urban than this is. Here in Faribault, I'm saying.
I'd say Faribault is probably a little bit bigger than Almost.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. Almost seems like it's a very small town.
So all these characters are from Almost Maine.
Nearly all of them.
Most of them are.
There are a couple that aren't.
Now, without giving away the whole thing, tell me about your scene, Eli.
Okay, so I'll try not to give too much away. Basically, Marvelyn comes in, she's doing her laundry, Steve is there, he's just
Doing
finished.
his laundry.
Huh?
He must be doing his laundry.
Yeah, he's kind of finishing up, and then I'm trying to say this without giving away the comedic bit of it. And then so things happen, and the two start to talk. They introduce each other. They kind of explain who they are. Steve explains why he can't feel pain. Marvelyn explains her relationship with her boyfriend, and then it kind of wraps up with I don't know if you'd call it a cliffhanger almost. And a few scenes do hang off with a cliffhanger. Some of them are like, oh, they're gonna make it. Some scenes are, oh, they're they're over. They're not gonna make it. The couple's not gonna.
It's really left to your own interpretation.
Right. Yep.
And you're in 2 different scenes, Wyatt? Is that what you said?
Yes, I am.
Without giving away the whole thing? Are they, completely different?
Yes, one takes place outdoors. That would be my second one in Act 2, and then my first one takes place indoors. One I just woke up from, which would be my indoors one, and then my other one I just got done snowmobiling with my best friend.
Oh, cool. So you got a snowmobile suit on.
Yes, it is very hot.
On stage, I bet it would be.
Yes.
Wyatt kind of goes from the most comfortable wardrobe to the least comfortable wardrobe of the entire cast.
Yeah.
The hardest part is on stage, not trying to think about how hot it is.
Yeah, I'm sure. So have you had dress rehearsals?
We've had one so far.
How'd it go?
For my first one, I did rather well. The second one, I didn't do well at all. It was the first time actually wearing the snowsuit out on stage, and it was a huge temperature difference, and I couldn't think straight. I accidentally repeated a couple lines, but that's what rehearsal is. So we're gonna go to rehearsal tonight. Gonna work out the kinks, and I'm gonna do it right this time.
Yeah. Well, it's all about concentration, right?
It is. Something new, had to get used to it. I'm going to try to get used to it tonight. We have, 2 or 3 more rehearsals left, I'm gonna have it down by the time we get out
Maybe
there.
you just don't zip the suit all the way up or something, no?
Yeah. There's many ways we can do it. We'll just have to see which works.
So you think people like this play, Eli? I mean, do you like it? If you weren't in it, would you like it?
Yeah, I think it would. There are a few scenes that make people feel awkward, but other than that, yeah, it's a very good play just because it is so realistic. I think everybody can at least connect with one character in the play.
And that was probably the idea behind having so many different scenes, right?
Yep, just make it connectable.
For all audiences.
Yep.
How about you, Faith?
Oh, I really like it. I love going to see shows, and what I really like about this show is that how different it is from other shows as far as each scene has different people in it, and each scene takes place and it's in a different area of the town. And I really like how you can relate with characters and how you can connect with them on this basis, and it feels like you're really there with them, and I feel like that's really important when you're watching a show.
You can relate to your character, Eli?
Yeah.
I mean, you can feel pain. He can't.
Yeah.
So does she like club you over the head so to prove that you can't feel pain or something? This is the slapstick part. Yeah, you'll give something away there. I'm sorry.
No.
You don't have to do that. I'm guessing that might be the.
Let's just say maybe not. You'll just have to come and see.
You've got to prove to her, because you tell her you can't feel pain, that you have this. What's it called again?
Congenital analgesia.
Is this true, or is this something you made?
No. This is a real disease that
Okay.
you can be born with. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of freaks Marvelyn out.
I would guess so.
That's, I think, another place where it brings in humor, and another place where it's relatable. As if, you're just doing your laundry, and this guy's like, hey, I don't feel pain. And you're just like, okay.
Okay, I don't believe you. So you
Yeah.
put your arm in the dryer and she slams the door. And you don't feel pain, right? Something like that.
I don't know if it's that morbid, but something like that.
Along those lines.
Something like that. So how do you not feel pain when you actually feel pain? You have to act like you're not feeling it.
Yeah, so we actually have been practicing a lot to make sure that she does not kill me when we're doing that part.
Oh,
There's the thing is in theater, when you have to inflict pain on someone, the person who is getting hurt should always be in control.
Yep.
And so, like, for example, another show I was in, someone had to grab someone's ear and drag them off stage. And so when they went to grab the person's ear, the person whose ear was getting grabbed, they would grab their hand. So that way the person who's the victim is holding the hand so they can control how tight you're hanging onto it. So it's all about the other person being in control so they don't actually get hurt.
Yep.
You follow all that way?
Oh, nice.
Yes. I suppose if you wanted to say it more simple, like we have methods. We have methods as actors that we use to make sure that we don't get hurt.
Have you been hurt?
I have never been hurt. I've always followed Mr. J's directions carefully. I've always stayed safe. I think the biggest thing that ever really happened was I took a fall and accidentally popped a balloon. It was really loud. I couldn't hear for a little bit, but that was a complete fluke. It was an accident.
Wasn't supposed to happen.
It was not supposed to happen.
No, but it was pretty funny.
It was absolutely hilarious.
No.
So as long as we stick to the methods that Mr. J teaches us and methods we've learned on our own to keep ourselves safe, should be a breeze. And it looks realistic enough too.
Almost Maine is the name of this, and you can't get tickets in advance, right?
No.
You can only purchase them at the school the night or the day of the play.
Yep. Doors open at 7. Play starts at 7:30.
And it's at the Michael J. Hansen Performing Arts Auditorium there,
Correct.
which I'm jealous, because I was in theater in school and we had nothing even close to it. You guys had to work
It's a beautiful auditorium.
We're very fortunate
Yes.
to have such an amazing theater to work in.
Same at the middle school.
The middle school does have a program, but the backstage is not nearly as neat, and the auditorium is a little bit run down.
Just a little bit.
Get a little old, you're saying.
Yes, it is. It is pretty old.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, in studio, we have a couple of sophomores, Eli Simon and Faith Jameson. Wyatt Thompson is a senior. They're in Almost Maine. We would encourage you to go Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday at 7:30 are your options, or Sunday afternoon matinee at 2 at the Michael J. Hansen Performing Arts Auditorium. Forecast says it's going to get warmer, so it may feel more like Maine than Minnesota. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing, but it may feel more. So what is it about theater that you enjoy, Eli?
Oh, definitely the people, especially high school theater. It's just one huge family. I mean, I would consider them my second family.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, like Wyatt here, he's kind of the dad figure of the whole theater.
Yeah.
Wow, Wyatt's a dad.
No.
He's very helpful,
Okay.
and
Yes.
has been around, so it's really nice to
You've
have
been around the
Wyatt
block
on
a little
hand.
bit. Yeah. Okay. How about you, Faith? What do you like about theater?
Well, I can say that when I first started theater, I didn't like it as much as I do now. I was really shy as a kid, so my mom does theater. My mom's been doing theater her whole life, so she loves doing theater. So she was kind of like, Faith, you're gonna do this. I was like, I don't know. But now, as I've met more people and I've been in more shows, it's like an addiction. It's like once you're in a show, you can't get enough, and so you just keep doing show after show after show, because some of my closest friends, actually most of my closest friends, are in theater. And it's really nice because you get so close with people, and you're in such a great community that you can't help but want to get more.
Wyatt, what is it about theater that you enjoy?
The experience. You're not going to really get this kind of experience ever again. You know, you can do community theater, and that is also a great experience. But at our high school, being able to learn from Mr. J, you only get 4 years to do that. You can do community theater the rest of your life, but you only get these 4 years. Being able to be in that kind of environment is just, it's unique. It's something that I'm never going to forget. I'm going to cherish probably for the rest of my life.
You going to college?
Most likely, yes.
You know where yet?
No, I do not.
You're going to be in theater?
I do not know if I'll be in theater in college. I think I'll probably focus more on my academics in college than I am actually in high school. I feel like it's going to be more difficult in college.
Oh, sure. Should be. So, any idea what you want to do for a living?
Most likely would like to be a teacher. I've had a lot of good experiences with teachers, and I feel like I can impart some of that onto other people.
Are we talking a theater teacher?
No, more likely along the lines of a mathematics teacher, maybe physics, maybe calculus, I'm not entirely sure.
Wow. Wyatt's not only an actor, he's a smart guy.
He helps me with my homework, and I can say that he's pretty good.
Wow. Way to go, Wyatt. Do you sell your services?
No.
Just, I probably should have asked that, but I couldn't help it. That's the first thought that came into my head. How about you, Eli?
Whether or not I'm going to college.
Future thoughts or plans? I know you're only a sophomore, so.
Yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to college. I plan on going to college. I plan on doing something around the business, and then I also want to be an actor when I grow up for film. Actor, director, that kind of region. I don't know specifically what I'm going to do yet, though.
So you could be the next Tom Hanks.
I mean, I'm okay with that, yeah.
Would you change your name?
No, probably not. They just call me the next Tom Hanks.
Eli's kind of a cool name, I will say that.
Thank you.
Faith, how about you?
Gosh, I don't really know. I would like to study abroad is a big dream of mine, and I would like to major in theater and probably minor in business, because I would like to run my own theater someday. A dream would be actually to run the Paradise Theater here in Faribault.
Wow.
Yeah.
She could come back and run the Paradise.
So maybe someday, but I don't really know for sure yet. I have quite a bit of time to think. So.
Yeah, you do have a couple of years yet.
Yeah.
Of high school.
Yeah.
Have you gone to colleges, looked at colleges or anything yet?
Just online. I've looked at ones in different countries. Online.
Obviously you want to go somewhere that has theater.
Yes, I do. That's my main thing I look for, is a good theater program and what type of theater program they have.
But so far away from home, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to broaden my horizons.
You gonna stay close to home, Eli, or what do you think?
I really like New York City. and or possibly California. I don't know yet. It's still got time.
You've been to New York City, I take it?
I have been, yes.
Many times?
Just once. I plan on going more, but the one time I was there, I absolutely loved it. So.
Well, nice place to visit. I don't know that I'd want to live there, to be quite honest, but it's a nice place to visit. Fantastic. Again, performances are this Thursday night, 7:30, Friday night, 7:30, Saturday night, 7:30, and a Sunday afternoon matinee at 2. Wyatt, how long have you been practicing this? Rehearsing this, I
like
should
a
say.
month or two.
Almost 2 months. I don't know if it's been quite 2 months.
So isn't that a bummer, Eli? You work for week after week after week after week after week after week on a plane, and you only, or on a play, I should say, and you only get 4 performances.
I don't know. After that last performance, it's a bummer that it's kind of a sweet and sour kind of deal. It's nice that it's over and you get a break, but it's also kind of a bummer that you're done. You kind of want to keep going.
Did you get the part you wanted in this play?
I normally don't shoot for a specific part. I just kind of keep my bar, just shoot for a part. It doesn't matter what part,
Okay.
as long as I get something.
But
So.
you, Faith?
I didn't really know a lot of the characters, and I didn't have a specific part that I wanted. I had watched the show beforehand when they first announced that they were doing it, but I didn't have a certain role that I really wanted. I just really wanted to be in the cast.
Sure. What's your favorite role that you've ever had?
Oh my. I have 2 probably. It would either be when I played Lady Macbeth in
cool.
Macbeth, which was a theater camp production, and the cast was amazing. A lot of my friends were in that. Or I recently was Susan in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe last year, and I had so much fun with that, and I got to work with this amazing cast, and they had amazing makeup and everything. It was so much fun.
You have a favorite role, Wyatt?
Probably Mercutio from Susification of Romeo and Juliet last year.
Sure.
That was probably my favorite role. It's fun. Got to just be weird.
That's the beauty of theater, I think. When I was in theater, you get to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
You know?
Mhm.
That's kind of cool, to be able to be somebody else. So, folks, make sure you take it in. Almost Maine, it's a romantic comedy. Everyone will be able to relate to this. Performances are Thursday, Friday, Saturday night at 7:30, a Sunday afternoon matinee at 2. Thanks, Eli, Faith, and Wyatt for coming in today. Thanks to Paul for sending them. That concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota, KDHLAM in Faribault, Minnesota.